Lexi, you don't look so good.
How are we doing today? Oh, here, why don't you take a seat and we'll get you cleaned up. You're gonna wipe your face. Alright, here, can I take your temperature? Looks like you have a fever. Why don't you stay home from school until it goes away, drink plenty of fluids, and make sure you get plenty of rest.
Thank you.
Choosing my career for the career unit was really difficult, but all I knew I wanted to do was work with children, and so I finally decided on being a pediatrician. A pediatrician is a special type of doctor who can work in a variety of healthcare facilities. They work with children under the age of 18 to diagnose, treat, and offer preventative guidance on illness, injury, and disease. My top 3 career choices were a pediatrician because I love to work with children, a dental hygienist because I wanted to be a dentist ever since I was younger, and an optometrist. My opportunity cost is a dental hygienist. An opportunity cost is the highest valued alternative which one is forced to give up in order to get their first choice. A pediatrician does earn more money, but the main reason is the children. I love to work with them, and as a pediatrician, I would get this opportunity each day. A positive incentive is I get to work with children each day. The desire to help ill kids was my biggest motivation to get into pediatrics. Personal satisfaction also comes along with treating ill kids in need. Another huge positive is the flexible job opportunities. I would be able to choose the job environment I would like. I could work in a traditional hospital, a children's hospital or clinic, or I could go into private practice. I could also choose to specialize in more advanced health issues such as surgery, cardiology, or neurology. Another one is the regular vacation time. Most medical professionals get 3 to 4 weeks out of the year for vacation, and they also get sick pay, which is when they get paid even when they're out sick. A negative is the possible night and weekend shifts. As a pediatrician, I would have to be on call sometimes. Some are able to maintain a normal workday with the hours being from 9 a.m. to 5 p.m. In larger clinics, I would have to work on a rotation, which would include the night, weekend, holiday, and evening shifts. I would also have the added pressure. I wouldn't like this one, but I would have to get used to it. I wouldn't just have the stress of wanting to help the kids, but also pleasing the parents. Personal stress also comes along when you care for your younger patients. Another one is the lengthy and expensive schooling. Medical school is really difficult to get into, and once you gain admittance, it takes 4 years to complete. Residency training follows, which takes up another 3 years. According to the Association of American Medical Colleges, the median debt for all medical students is $162,000. For a first-year pediatrician, the annual salary is about $88,000. This would bring my monthly salary to $7,333.33. There are some really surprising budget items for my budget, and with 3 of them being housing, utilities, and taxes. Housing only took up 5% of my budget. My student estimate was $1,200, but since I'm sharing an apartment with 2 others, it only came down to $393. For some reason, I had always thought that utilities was a lot more expensive than it actually is. It only took up 2% at $154.90. Taxes was definitely my highest bill. Federal income tax took up most of my taxes. Taxes came down to be $2,297.90. For my trade-offs, I gave up some family time to be at the hospital at any given point. This would be over the nights or weekends. I also gave up having my own house. Right out of college, I won't be able to afford my own house or apartment, so I settled on sharing a cheaper one with 2 roommates. I gave up a lot of my savings for school loans. On a normal rate, it takes 20 years to pay off college, and with not graduating until I'm 30, I'll be 50 before I can pay off all of my school loans. For college, I attended the Wichita State University and the University of Kansas. I was at WSU for my first 4 years, where I earned my Bachelor's of Science in Biology. I graduated in 2024 and transferred to KU, where I got my medical degree. I did not need my master's, but residency training was required. During my last 2 years at WSU, I volunteered as a CNA, a certified nursing assistant, at Mercy Hospital in Mount Ridge, Kansas. There I worked under a nurse's supervision and learned the importance of patience and compassion for others. I also worked as a counselor at Camp Minnesota. I supervised a group of kids and discovered how to care for them while make their camp experience the best it could be. Going into the medical field, there is a variety of skills you need. My top 5 were organization, compassion, articulation, emotional intelligence, and observance. For my references, I used Michael Smith, who was a pediatric doctor at Via Christi Hospital in Oak Park, Kansas, where I volunteered for a summer, and Henry Johnson, who was a professor of pediatrics at the University of Kansas. For my letter of application, I wrote to Mr. Boyer, who works at Children's Mercy Hospital in Kansas City, Missouri. I applied for the critical care pediatrician position. I applied here because I was impressed with the variety of services they provide. They provide everything from burn and trauma care to dermatology service. These are the 5 websites I used. YourPediatrician.com taught me what the educating needed to be a pediatrician was, along with Study.com. BLS.gov helped me find my career, and the last 2 showed me the pros and cons of being a pediatrician. For my articles, I found General Pediatrician, Job Description, Duties, and Requirements. It describes what a pediatrician is, the common duties and requirements, and information on the salary. My second article also told what a pediatrician is and does, but also told the normal day for a pediatrician, the average hours you work a day, the number of patients you get per week, and the average amount of those who are self-employed or work in a group practice. As you've probably heard, being a pediatrician can be a lot of fun, but it also comes with a lot of downsides. The weekend shifts and loads of pressure still isn't enough to keep some from going for their goal. The main reason I want to be a pediatrician is because of the amount of children with illnesses. I did some research and I found that 70% of children 5 and under have pneumonia, about 15,780 between birth and the age of 20 develop cancer, and each year about 20,000 kids are hospitalized because of the flu. My goal is to become a pediatrician, help children in need, and hopefully lower these numbers.